Just to prove all you doubters wrong, this is chocolate milk and espresso. Let me just take a quick hit. Yes. It is currently 7:15 p.m. It is about 85 degrees in the house here in Las Vegas. I am burning up to talk about this story because a lot of you guys are haters, all right? And I need you to comment down below, I'm a hater or I'm not a hater. I want you guys to out yourselves and be honest for once if you are on one side or the other. Because of course, with S1mple being announced, guys, well, you know what I've come across a lot of haters out there, and some for rightful reasons. Others are also hating and then backtracking immediately, as I saw this clip going viral of S1mple in his scrims. Early on scrims, the first probably 72 hours of scrims that S1mple has had with this new phase, as he has gone back to the gym, he's gone back to prac, and back to Counter-Strike in general, and people are already hating, okay? Because they have the caption, you know exactly what they're doing, and this is not me hating on the person, by the way. I like all of you guys. If you're posting CS clips, it's great for the community, but stay with me, okay? As he said, S1mple, and you know with that context and that caption and this clip, you know what he is trying to get at. And I'm like, are we gonna take every Counter-Strike clip, you know, just take these one-offs, all right? You're telling me you didn't have a Brokey clip or another phase clip that could have looked equally as bad, and you know exactly what they're doing, but it's working because people are responding and people are talking about phase and they're talking about S1mple, so you wrote me in, all right? You got me, motherfricker. But his first response is what is the craziest part to all of me. To all of me? This is the craziest thing that I don't get in the Counter-Strike community, and maybe it's just engagement based, maybe I'm just dumb and I'm the unk status now, but the first clip was pure hate, right? It is to doubt S1mple and his opping capabilities, which there could be some legitimacy to. Like, everyone's gonna be watching S1mple on the op for sure. Like, I get where he's coming from. And then the immediate follow-up clip is unk still got it. All right, you go from hating to loving. You, motherfricker, are confusing me, but it was a nice clip from S1mple.
1 HP tapis.
One could be on site already.
And so this is me freaking out at 7:20 p.m. I'm like, where do you guys stand? Do you want me to hate S1mple or do you want me to love S1mple? What are we feeling, community? Because I feel like so many people out there either love or hate the guy being on phase, and we can't, even people who post the hate can't decide whether to hate him or to love him for engagement. And I'm like, guys, we all got to relax. Let's just see this guy debut at IEM Dallas. We'll have legitimate clips from not just practice, but legitimate official matches, and we'll see how S1mple does. And I don't mean to be so worked up about this. I just, the caffeine is really hitting right now because I'm not used to having a coffee at 7:20 at night. And I'm going to be up all night until the video goes up because of you guys, okay? Because of you guys posting these motherfucking clips. All right, this is your fault, motherfricker. I can already see way too many comments saying, Jake, you seem a bit pissed off. I'm not pissed off, all right? This is what caffeine does to an older gentleman past the age of 30 this late at night. And speaking of what is also probably pissing me off a little bit, thanks to all of you guys who send me DMs on Twitter. One of you in particular, I forgot your name, but that's, we chatted back and forth. You sent me this news from Kyousuke over at Complexity about Hallzerk potentially missing the Austin Major due to visa issues. He sent me this last week. I hung on to it, waiting for hopefully some updates on this, but it seems almost slightly confirmed Complexity will be having a stand-in for the Austin Major, as Hallzerk has been having issues. And this just sucks, man. This is, not only is he a big personality for this roster, but to have your complete roster for the Major, it's a big blow. And especially on North American home soil, this just sucks. A guy like Hallzerk, and I think it was also JT from Complexity, these guys have been flying all around the world for these events, traveling like upwards of 48 hours just to get to Australia. And now to find out they can't, or Hallzerk can't be back in Texas for the Major. If this is true, this just, this sucks, man.
We started his P1 visa process as soon as he signed his last contract extension, which was back at Dallas last year, so nearly a year ago. You know, the time it takes to do the application, get a response, and then he obviously has to go and do an interview at his local embassy. that whole period, that whole process was done as quick as possible. It got slightly held up due to our travel schedule. We had to attend a lot of events at the end of last year, and then we had to get our China visas. Since then, we've just been in this sort of limbo of just waiting for this thing to come through, and it's something we've been extremely open and honest about. We mentioned it as one of the reasons we didn't want to go to Frag and why we went to Melbourne. His visa technically could come through any day. The embassy could say, "Hey, we're ready to print the visa and put it in his passport," and he could go there and get the visa any day. But as it stands right now, we are putting sort of every precaution in place to prepare that isn't the case.
So we will see what Complexity does. We will see what Jason Lake does. Hopefully we'll be seeing the big guy over in Austin. I know he will be there. I know I will give him a hug for all of you Complexity fans out there. And I'll be rooting for him for sure, no matter if they have Hallzerk or not. But I think this will not be the only team struck with visa issues. With all the madness going on here in America, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that some international players have difficulty getting here. And that's not me jumping into politics, all right, guys? That's just me saying that's classic America right now. We got a lot going on, and I don't think the big old people up top give a frick too much about the Austin Major like we do. So best of luck to Complexity and Hallzerk. We await to see what their plans will be in replacing him. And it just, not great news out there. But some great news for all you CIS fans out there, all you 12-year-olds who are already ready to go pro in Counter-Strike. All you 7-year-olds who left the womb just playing this game. Yeah, Kyousuke, that's who we're talking about, okay? It's actually Softic, and I always mispronounce his name because the letters and the numbers really throw my OCD off for a whirl, but he's been talking about him. That's the coach over at Spirit Academy, as they just won the Bet Boom LAN event in sweeping fashion, by the way. They beat the other team so badly, they just got enough rounds to win an old MR16 match. That over 3 games, by the way. Spirit Academy won 3-0. It was a sweep. It was dominant. It wasn't even close. And thanks to all you Reddit users out there, the top 5 players rating-wise for the entire event was the entire Spirit Academy team. Guys, this is how good these guys are at Counter-Strike now. And they're also almost a top 30 team in the world as an academy, okay? And to kick things off, the Spirit Academy coach, or I should say to end things here, he said, oh yeah, Kyousuke, he was upset that the competition was not more stiff and he expected more of a challenge. He was upset that the grand finals of this LAN event was too easy. That is what we are talking about, okay? As a North American Counter-Strike fan, this makes me extremely upset that this is CIS news in a fashion, okay? An academy team is saying it was too easy to win an event. Meanwhile, over in America, what events do we got?
Костяна загонят.
Основная проблема открытия с Белет.
Ой-ой-ой. Не ожидал он такого пика.
Основная проблема открытия с Белет, то что...
Ковров получают от Рюжина. Рюжин уже 3 фрага оформляет. Kyousuke. Ой-ой-ой, можно цепляться по Kyousuke. Есть информация, ну как мы это делаем?
So that was just crazy to me, guys. And of course, Spirit dominating things. Of course, the rumors around them and the amount of academy teams, and of course, the recruiting they are doing for the future of this game. It is madness to see how good these guys are, and not just recruiting, but playing this game. And to see someone like Kyousuke, who is touted as a huge talent. Of course, people want him to join Spirit. People want him to join Falcons, maybe FaZe. And he will be recruited. He certainly will be in the next year or so. And for him to say, hey, winning this LAN was just not really a big enough challenge, I'm really speechless. I got nothing else to say on the topic. What do you guys think? But until next time, I do want to apologize. I feel like I get a little chatty when I'm over caffeinated, and I do want to apologize for that. But I do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you all for watching. CS News this week was probably the most fun I've had in this channel in a long time, and it will continue next week as we slowly approach IEM Dallas as well as the Austin Major. A bit of a sneak peek. I want to save this for an official announcement on the channel, but I'm giddy with excitement and caffeine. I will be officially attending the Austin Major, so I will see a lot of you guys there. I am super freaking excited, hopefully doing some interviews, but mostly just tournament coverage, and it's going to be a fun one, guys. So I'll be saving that for a video, but if you're still here somehow and you're going to be in Austin, make sure to leave a comment down below, and hopefully I'll see you guys there and we can dap up or have some beers or coffees. So till next time, take care. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here soon.